and even though the shot totals weren't high, the scoring opportunities were. And so it was a different game than what we saw last night in terms of I thought there was a lot more offensive opportunities. I thought we played very well, about as good as we've played all year, the first 30 minutes of the game. The last 10 minutes of the second, we abandoned. There was a lot of special teams, but for whatever reason, we kind of abandoned what we had been doing well, and we started taking some shortcuts. We were holding onto the puck too long, and it was really a down feeling in the locker room between the second and third. Like it was almost like we had lost the game, and yet here we were 3-3 going into third, and certainly for us to get out there, Matt Kersinger drew a penalty, and then the score in that power play, that was the recipe we needed because we were a pretty down group after surrendering the 3-1 lead.
If you could, once again, it's beginning to sound like a broken record, but talk a little bit about the one-time defenseman this year turned forward, Derek Graham. Another outstanding game for Derek tonight.
Yeah, it's been terrific, and it's interesting because when he played for the first year and a half, I don't know if he's had as many points as he's had here lately, but it's a different forward that we've got out there right now. I really do. I think in practice every day for the last year playing defense up till the changeover. So every day in playing defense, he's got a battle for pucks. It was a different kind of competing, and he did a great job on defense. And then all of a sudden, when we needed to try him up at forward, his strength on the puck was so much greater than what it was his first year and a half. And I think it's just from battling every day in practice and in the games as a defenseman. And now that he's up front, when I can remember his first beginning of his career, he could get in the scoring areas with the puck, but he wasn't strong enough to make plays. And he's come so far, and boy, I'm just glad we put him up front. I think I want to see him for a couple of weeks prior to moving up there. Mark Kaufman kept encouraging me to give it a try. He said, "Hey, I think our defense is deep enough right now where you can try to throw Graham back up front." So really, Coach Kaufman deserves a lot of credit for saying, "Hey, let's give him a shot back at forward."
Just his thoughts on sophomore forward Corey Kane's performance here tonight. Picked up Ferris' second goal, put you guys ahead 2-1. And really, after that goal, seemed to play with a ton of confidence.
Yeah, he did. He played a much better game tonight than he did last night. There's another player that it eludes me to why he doesn't score more, because in practice he's unstoppable almost. But then in the games, I don't know if he's nervous or worried that I'll be concerned about him positionally. But he's a different player in the games from practice. And today it was a much closer look to what we see every day from him.
Two real weekends in a row.
Yeah, you know what? And I think it possibly could go back even to the weekend before that, if I remember right. I want to say ever since we got back from the Vermont tournament, it's looked better. And, it's just like a home run hitter, I always thought. It just, that you go through streaks where all of a sudden things are clicking, your confidence grows, and you don't always know why it's working so much better than other times. But you can see the kids on the power play have so much more confidence than what we did through that one stretch where we were like 1 for 9 games. But I do like it to a home run hitter when your confidence starts to come. Guys, instead of just slapping the puck around, they take a little extra second with it. They just look more confident and poised out there. Well, I don't know. It's been a while. I think it's a combination of two things, three things. I think one, it's obviously the season we're having is why we drew well. Point number two, Michigan State's playing well, and coming in here, they're a top 20 team in the country. So now their fans are energized. They're traveling too a bit. And then the third thing, I think John Coles and Kate here and the entire athletic administration deserves a lot of credit too for all the promotions and the hard work they've done in trying to grow our fan base. Yeah, the way it worked out, normally every year when we play Michigan State twice this season and Michigan twice in the season, Western, let's say, for instance, this year we were at Michigan for 2, and Michigan State was here for 2. Had Western been, let's say, at Michigan State, we all could have rotated games, and all 4 of us would have been all home and homes. But for whatever reason, the math didn't work out. The calculus of it didn't work. We couldn't make it work in the schedule where everyone would have 14 home and 14 road. There was no way to do it with our 4 schools. Next year, we have Michigan State 4 times. So, yes. So what we would like to do, and I'll have to talk to Tom and see if they're in agreement, but we would ideally like to have 2 home-and-home series with them next year. So we would that can work mathematically because, we'd still the same amount of games. But with them only coming here for 2 this year, we just couldn't make it work. Yes. I much prefer home-and-home contests. We would like to do that with Michigan, Western Michigan, and Notre Dame whenever possible. Any of those schools in that vicinity. I think it's good when teams get the chance to be at home on the weekend and on the road. And I think it's good for your fan base. I mean, we're on a roll right now, but we've got a smaller community, and to ask people to come out on both Friday, Saturday nights a lot. I think it works better when you got 1-game weekends.
5 out of 6 last week, 6 out of 6 this week. Congratulations on the week.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. The other thing was I think from all reports a great weekend for Ferris athletics, with men's team and the women's team being Grand Valley. So can't think of a better weekend to be Bulldog right now. Thank you.